Well, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about, I guess, the age of iTunes and digital downloads and putting. I mean, you guys took a chance a little bit in some ways. I mean, you put an entire album out of songs. Didn't charge anyone for it. What did you learn about yourselves and your music by initially giving away your product?
Well, I don't think it was an interesting moment leading the gig, listening to the board tape that he had recorded that night. Shalom at Eddie's Attic had recorded and listened back to it and being extremely proud of it and thinking, man, people need to hear this. And it was just a group consensus on the spot, like, let's just give it away and let's put it up and let people have it. And I think it's been exponentially more valuable to us than we probably realized at the time. I think it was at the time it was just kind of a like, well, let's see what people think about it, and stick it out there. It doesn't cost us to put it out there, and we'll see what happens. And close to 100,000 downloads later, I don't know how many it is now, 90 something, but and when we do one-offs and opening tours and stuff like that in the early days, we've been together a couple of years, but
right.
But people are singing the songs and know them by heart, and they're making references like you did about banter in the show, and people are making references to "I'm glad you remembered your pants" and things like that, and it's like all that stuff has been just invaluable to us, and that was just a click of a button is all we had to do. And sure, we could have put it out there and charged people for it, but the way we looked at it was we wanted people to have an unobstructed way of hearing us and passing us on to their friends and to their friends and to their friends and whetting people's appetites. And then if we can hook them, then we can get some of these people to the shows. And maybe we can get some of them to buy records. But we don't feel like the model is to sell records anymore. We're more than happy to do that, but we feel like the real way we're going to be able to keep our heads above water, so to speak, is to tour like crazy and get people. All right, and get people out to shows, because that's something that can't be copied, can't be pirated. A live show, us standing in front of somebody, and until somebody clones us, we're going to be we got control of that. So.
Yeah, God forbid either of us get cloned.
So, I was talking to another artist about that recently, and he was talking about how, in terms of marketing, that the internet was the great equalizer. Would you say that it was liberating or terrifying to know that you have the ability to kind of market so freely, and gain like a huge following, kind of without a label, so to speak, or a big label? I mean, does it make you feel like it frees you up to kind of do whatever you want, or are you still thinking in those terms of one day we'll get a label and whatnot?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if John Paul and I both, as solo artists, had major label record deals, and so I think as much as we saw some of the benefits of a big label, we also sort of saw the the underside of it as well, and sort of noticed the red tape and the long delays in releases, and I think as we joined forces, we just chose to not really care about trying to get a label deal. I don't think we'd be opposed to joining forces with a larger entity if it made sense, but we are really really purposeful in wanting to own as much, and we're at this point where we own everything. And with that, I think is so much freedom that we can start a conversation, with anybody who wants to listen with an entirely free, download of a show. And I think us being able to create and allow space for word of mouth to happen without people having to put money down, I mean, that to me is the best. That's like the greatest gift that can happen to an independent artist is friends telling other friends about it. And you don't need a label for that. I think the internet, like you said, is a great equalizer, in that it's made a lot of things possible for us, and we're not tied down to a release schedule. We're not tied down to having to get clearance from multiple people before we can release something. I mean, we just did two like a free digital, like 45, like holiday download for people that's completely free, and it's an original song that we wrote, and then a standard Christmas song too. And we wouldn't be able to do this with the frequency or the freedom if we were connected to a larger entity like a label. So at the moment, that's not really a priority for us. The priority for us is to just make music that connects with people, that is true to both of us, and to keep that conversation going with people that want to have it, with people that enjoy the music, and hope and cross our fingers that they continue to share with their friends, that it's moved them too.
Well, yeah, you could tell that people are definitely sharing. I mean, you have over 12,000 followers on Facebook. It's I noticed that one of your videos was viewed over 25,000 times on YouTube. So it's definitely spreading, which is interesting. If you could dole out any bit of wisdom about what you would say hasn't worked or for you guys in this process, what would you think that would be?
Well, I could give you a long list of things that do not work.
I was waiting for it.
I will say, with this band, we've been pretty charmed. We've kind of been there and been burned and done that and seen the good and the bad and the ugly, like she said, and so we kind of knew a lot of things to watch out for and to stay away from, and like, all right, I'll never go down that road again, or this worked for me. And so we got a lot of that, the learning curve, out of the way before we met each other. So
yeah,
we've been pretty adamant that we hold on to what we really love and enjoy and hold dear, and we just stick to that. And that's in making the music, that's in performing, that's in touring, how long we're gone, how, the type of acts that we play with, all that kind of stuff. We've been pretty, selfish, for lack of a better term, and done it the way we wanted to do it, and just hoped that, people would love the music, because that was the part we can't really control. And so I really no regrets for me.
Yeah, me too. Thus far.
Very cool.
Thus far.
Well, I definitely love the album, and I'm really hoping that the rest of America does too when it finally comes out to them, which is when? It's February?
February, is it 2nd? February 2nd,
First.
Yeah.
Okay.
1st.
Oh, I thought it was the 1st, yeah.
And what?
I just found an email. Yeah, 1st of February, somewhere in there.
Where are you guys playing next? I know that you guys are coming out to California. I will be seeing you when you come out here on the 14th.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Sweet. That'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, we've got a college week for a day, but mostly what we're looking ahead to right now is the couple weeks on the West Coast, all the way from LA all the way up to Seattle. So we'll be, Oregon, Washington, and California, and I'm just so excited because this will be our first time together as the Civil War is on the West Coast.
Awesome. Very looking forward to it, like I said. And I thank you so much for taking time out of your day to talk to me. It means a lot, and we'll definitely be able to we'll be pushing you guys out there and hopefully getting people to read the article and go into your website and hopefully getting you more fans.
Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Thanks, man.
Really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for being so. I would just say, thanks for listening to the record before you called to talk to us and all of that.
Yeah.
We really appreciate
Amen.
it. We don't take that for granted. Thank you for some of the research that you did in order to talk to us today.
Oh, not a problem.
Awesome. We don't take that for granted.
Not a problem. Yeah, I really feel like you got to kind of fall in love with the music, before you talk to an artist. Otherwise, you're not being fair to them. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you feel that way.
All right, guys. Thanks again, and have a great day.
Thanks,
Yeah,
you
man,
too.
you too.
I hope that your kid feels better.
Oh, me too. All right.
Yeah, hang in there. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you in LA.
Okay, bye.
See you.
Yeah.